Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So Capricorn, let's see what the week ahead has in store for you. But before that, you have the Judgment card as your key to the week. So this is a week for you to pay attention to things and people that come back from the past. It looks like you may be getting, maybe you'll be having thoughts or feelings or emotions that come up about things that have happened in your past, specific events probably. Remember, the Judgment card is kind of like that retrograde energy, and we currently have a lot of planetary energy that happens to be retrograde. So you could be feeling this in a big way, and probably more than most, because you've got, you know, two heavy hitters in your sign that are going retrograde right now. Now, one of the things that I will say to you about this card as well, it always precedes massive changes. It always brings moments of revelation, moments of big change where we finally get to clear the decks of something or move beyond something. Now, if I'm completely honest with you, I actually feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be a moment that requires a lot of bravery. I actually feel like a lot of you are going to be moving in a really different direction this week, or making a big choice, one that probably doesn't make a lot of sense to other people, but it will be something that makes sense to you because it's going on deeply within you. All right, so look out for this week, because it is going to be a week of big changes. For your actions and options, you have the Page of Pentacles. It looks like this week a lot of you are really planning to start your own business. It looks like this week you are really deciding that, you know what, I have played small for long enough. I have done the whole pay my dues things, and now this is about you going off in a different direction. It looks like a lot of you are starting something that maybe you've been thinking about, but, you know, I mean, as a Capricorn, you will have thought, you know, long and hard to hell and high water about it. You will have researched the bloody shite out of it. Whereas now, this week, you're kind of saying, you know what, I'm ready to put this stuff into action. There is a part of you that feels like there's this, almost like there's this driving force within you, and you're kind of thinking to yourself, you know what, I don't know if this is a good idea right now. I don't know if this is the right avenue for me to go down, but it feels like the right one. All right, so it's kind of like you're following or listening to something that only you can hear. It may come under fire from the people around you, you know, especially because you guys are the slow and steady type. So when you make sort of sudden, big, bold declarations, people tend to pay attention, because it's like, oh, hang on a sec, you know, where has that come from? For your communications and conversations, you have the three of Wands. So this really is you going off in a completely different direction. This is going to see you connecting with bigger, bolder people, maybe looking for different clientele, maybe deciding to change your business or change your arena. Maybe for some of you, you're deciding to change the job. It looks like a lot of you are starting to realize this week. It's almost like you're saying to yourself, you know what, I'm now more aware than ever where it is that I've done enough. You know, like there's a part of your life this week that you'll look at and you'll say, you know what, I've given my heart and soul to that, and now it's time for me to either go in a different direction, or for me to give, not necessarily give something else, but give something else a try, to go off in a different direction. And like I said, it's almost like you can see how it's going to shape up. You know that it's the right thing for you. Whereas this week, it looks like you're reaching out to all of the people that are going to get you there. It looks like this week as well, I'm seeing, like in my mind, I'm seeing a big spider's web, and it's kind of like this week you're shaking the web and you're saying to yourself, right, you know what, I've got this amazing set of, you know, this amazing network of people that I've built up over the years. Now I'm going to use that network to my advantage. Very, very exciting. I'm really intrigued to see what you do with it. So for your money and materials, you have the Death card. not necessarily a bad thing. It may just mean as well that maybe your current revenue stream or income stream is going away, or something about it is changing or transitioning. Remember, your money and materials is about all things to do with your finances in your material world, and the Death card is about change and transformation. So in a lot of ways, it looks like your money, or the way that you make your money, is about to evolve, and the people that you make your money with or connected to is about to change. There's something here that kind of suggests that you are, in effect, getting ahead of the curve and knocking something on the head. I'm really intrigued to see what it is that comes up. For your love and relations, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. You have a lot of support here. Like I said, the change might be a bit jarring to people around you, possibly to a partner as well. It might be that you kind of do make a real breakneck sort of decision, like at breakneck speed. But it really does suggest that this is the right one, especially with these cards here. For your Ten of Pentacles is security, it's monetary security, material security, it's the home, it's the dwelling that you live in. It's all of the things that come into the material world, but it's them at their peak. It's that accomplishment and attainment. For those of you that are partnered, this could be a week where one of you hears of an inheritance that maybe you weren't even aware of. That's a possibility. But for a lot of you, it does look like some old idea or opportunity is coming back into the fold. It's like you're getting a second shot at the apple after maybe you couldn't use the first one because the timing wasn't right, etc. Now, for those of you that are single, it looks like what I would call a sexy stranger, maybe a sexy foreigner of some sort, is coming up onto your radar. This will be someone that's very different from you, somebody that is possibly quite exotic compared to you as well. Very likely to be, I don't know why, but for some reason I get somebody that's maybe like my colour skin, or maybe a bit darker, or maybe from somewhere of that nature. Now, the other thing that I want to say to you about all of these cards as well, your Ten of Pentacles is the dwelling that you live in, right? So your home and environment is collected, is supported and enhanced, like it's protected is the word that I was looking for. The other thing as well, this week on the 5th of June, we have the full moon lunar eclipse conjunct the South Node, which is happening in your 12th house. Right, especially if you're an ascendant Capricorn, this is happening in your 12th house, and this is going to be a really interesting one, because what kind of takes place in the 12th house, it's all of the hidden stuff, but it's also the past. It's things that we maybe didn't use, maybe haven't necessarily uncovered. It's our unconscious. It can also be the realm of the guardian angel, because it's the spiritual world and the spiritual realm. Whatever's taking place for you this week, there are big changes afoot, and I feel like you'll be going in a different direction. I will say this to you as well. I feel like, not saying that none of you are spiritually enlightened, but I feel like this week could be a week where a lot of Capricorns go through some sort of spiritual awakening. So eyes on the prize, eyes on the skies. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.